Welcome to Nerdz Garage, New Game Monday. I'm Suzanne.
I'm Dylan.
Today we're talking Crazier Eights.
Pantheon and Olympus.
Yes, they have a theme of Greek mythology,
which we love.
I'm quite versed with and sparked an interest to want to pull out the old books. And we did notice that the cards did follow mythology very well.
I know. Trojan horse being my favorite standout.
All right, so the difference with Crazier Eights by Recoculous Games, designed by James Wallace Gray, is that not only do they have a suit and a symbol and a number, is that they have a unique ability.
Every card has a unique ability?
Every card has a unique ability. And there's endless combinations to build a good engine. And with this one, I think this is his. Okay, so we've played 1001 Nights and Scheherazade, which was very fun, and it's a game we always go back to. We found with Pantheon and Olympus,
it's more refined.
Very. The abilities, very refined, and the artwork,
beautiful as always.
Yes, so this time it is Italian, Venetian painters, and just stunning and lovely. Okay, so let's talk about gameplay.
Okay, so starting out, each player gets 7 cards. And on each player's turn, they have a number of phases they can do. Starting with the beginning phase. Now, some of your cards may have abilities that activate at the beginning of your turn. Those are beginning phase abilities. They can go from anything from stealing other people's cards, looking at the draw pile, or making your own hand size smaller.
They're my favorite. And one of them this time is it this one? Oh, which one is it? That you have to guess.
Oh, yeah.
Is it an asset or an event?
And if it is the one you guess,
you get to play it automatically.
It's so much fun. It's that one right there, I think.
Yes! Medea.
Medea!
At the beginning of your turn, name the card type and reveal the top card from the draw pile. If you've named the right card, play it!
So cool.
I am drawn to the at the beginning cards. I don't know why. I feel like their actions seem... Well, they work better for me, I think.
That's the way you play.
That's the way I play, yeah.
So after your beginning phase, you have the draw phase, where you draw a card from the top, see what it is. And then after the draw phase, you have the main phase, where you play a card from your hand, and then you do what the card says.
So, okay, so right here we just put out cards that we like. But here we have draw and our discard, and here we're in the middle of a game, and here are the cards that we have played.
There's 2 types of cards you can play, events and assets. Events are one-time use cards that go to the bottom of the discard pile once they're done.
So this is one that I just played this hand, and I put it aside because it said you may discard an additional card on this turn. So events go in the bottom of the discard pile, but our house rules put it aside because we want to remember how many cards we can discard in a turn.
The other kind you have are assets, which permanently stay in front of you unless they are destroyed, stolen, or sent to the bottom of the discard pile.
There's a lot of that in this
There
game.
is. Zeus being one of the most powerful ones to do that.
Yeah, here it is right here. Okay, so here's Zeus. Zeus cannot be destroyed, which is, there's probably a handful of these.
All the main gods cannot be destroyed.
At the end of each player's turn, put 1 asset controlled by a player on the bottom of the draw pile. Boom. Each turn. He's so high-powered.
He's Zeus.
But it's not overpowered.
No.
There's a lot of stuff.
Every card has something that can counter it, really.
All right, I interrupted. Sorry. End phase?
So yes, once you're done with the main phase, you go to end phase. Now, just like the beginning phase and end phase, there are cards that activate. in this phase, cards can mostly do stuff that destroy other cards in end phase.
Mm-hmm.
There's not really any drawing or getting rid of your own hand size. This is the attack phase, basically. And then after that, it goes to the next player. And
you discard.
That's correct. You discard from your deck. Usually it's just one, but by the cards you've played, it might be more.
So, like a deck of cards, there's a color, there's a symbol, and there's a number or a face card. And there are, in this deck, you have the ability to do a choice of 2 or...
The 8, the wild.
It is the wild 8. And also, with the expansion in Pantheon, their wild card has all the colors.
Mm-hmm. So, when you discard, you must match the color, the number, or the symbol. You can't just discard anything.
And it is very competitive, strategy-based, and like I said, it is an endless combination, but it's very story-driven, which is what we like. And while some of the assets are stronger, we did find with Olympus and Pantheon that it was very well balanced, that nobody could completely destroy the other player.
Yes.
Though there are a couple cards that are game enders.
There's some devastating cards, but everything really, it's well balanced. It is extremely well refined and well balanced deck.
And this set, I found that we're really defending our assets too.
Yes, it's heavily, we both played defensive games recently.
Yes. Normally it's friendly.
No. This game had the what was it? Scheherazade had Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
Never friendly games.
Never unstoppable. All right, so I do love at the beginning, and if you have them line them up, I go from left to right and do all the cards.
That is my favorite phase as well.
And here's some. Okay, so here's the Trojan horse. When the Trojan horse comes into play on the table, a player of your choice gains control of it. And then, at the beginning of every turn, they have to draw a card. It's a true
Trojan horse.
All right, I know you like Poseidon.
I don't know if we said it yet, but what is the objective of the game?
Oh, just like Crazier Eights. The person who has
reaches
out a card,
0 wins.
You know, it's so funny. Our etiquette when we play is when we get down to one card, we say Uno. We just figure it's fair that way. We're trying to figure out what's the right word for this.
It's just Uno.
Zeusy.
That's a different game. Hey, Zeus.
Yeah.
But back to this one. Gameplay usually lasts around 10 to 30 minutes. 2 to 4 people.
Yeah, so when we play 2 people, it feels like a chess game.
Mm-hmm.
And we played multiple games last night, and one game was 30 minutes, if not longer, 30 minutes long.
I think it varied. One lasted maybe 10 minutes. The last one we played was 30 minutes, if not more.
It was an epic game because you had, I took a picture, I think there was 12.
Yep.
12 assets you had in front of you.
And more than half of them were play at the beginning. And I just used them all to trigger one hand to let me get rid of 6 cards and win the game. And
we feel that it's a rare mixture of a card game that has the depth, the style, and the substance, and it's also fun.
Yes.
Because we keep seeing ourselves saying, well, you know, why don't we play this again? Mm-hmm. Or why don't we play Crazier Eights?
And the cards are memorable. You know what cards you want to get. We each have favorite cards we want to be able to play. Very reminiscent of other games like Magic the Gathering.
Yes, which I haven't played, but I feel like the designer, James Wallace Gray, is really growing playtesting, because this one seems like a leap above the Scheherazade cards.
I cannot wait to see what is next.
I know what's next.
Oh,
well,
you
first
do?
of all, Pantheon Olympus can be bought on Recoculous Games or on Amazon. And what we played before was 1001 Nights, and Scheherazad's also available on Amazon. But it looks like coming soon, Elysium, which looks very interesting.
It does.
It seems like every year he has a new set of cards out. And there's obviously a lot of time and effort putting into matching the history of the cards, finding the art, and
balancing the abilities.
And each card does state
who the artist was.
Yeah. And it's all classical art. Like this is Italian Renaissance. Very beautiful. So,
wrap it up. I think we definitely... I love it. And I cannot recommend this game enough.
And you know what? It's worth it to get both and to blend them together because you get the wild cards, the Pantheon wild cards, and it makes a bigger deck, so it makes the game longer. I like it. Endless combinations for a good engine. So Crazier Eights, Pantheon and Olympus, and the designer is James Wallace Gray, Recoculous Games, and it is out now, and he has a new set coming out at the end of the year.
I cannot wait.
Thank you for watching New Game Monday, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.